The completion of a treatment system for the village of Unionville and parts of East Marlboro Township, which incorporates lagoon treatment and spray irrigation, and the newest system for New Garden Township. Our corporate neighbors have also helped to eliminate stream discharges. In 1988, the NVF facility in York Lynn, through process changes and rerouting to county sewers, eliminated their last wastewater discharge to the stream. In addition, a mushroom production facility in Kennett Square eliminated a non-contact cooling water discharge through process changes and recirculation. Industry has found that it is environmentally and economically sound to conserve water and eliminate discharges. The mushroom industry has a major presence in the Red Clay Valley and has been active in reducing pollution. Composting wharves channel runoff during rains to holding tanks and recirculate that water back on the compost. On the other end of the process, spent mushroom compost is stored, runoff is collected and reused or recycled. The spent compost, after aging, can be used beneficially. In the 1950s, the state-of-the-art for managing solid waste was through dumps. These have been replaced and turned into parks through the introduction of solid waste landfills, a new technology in the 1950s which RCVA helped pioneer. Today, our valley is served by the Southeastern Chester County Refuse Authority through a state-of-the-art landfill. The Red Clay Valley Association believed long ago that not all solid waste needed to be landfilled. That led to the first drop-off recycling center in the valley through the cooperation of Kennett High School students, NVF Company, and RCVA. That center then led to the first pilot program for curbside recycling, and to larger projects and the now common practice of curbside recycling in the valley and well beyond. In order to clean up the valley and have it look beautiful all year round, Red Clay Valley Association has teamed with other organizations and hundreds of volunteers to organize the annual Red Clay Valley Cleanup. Volunteers pick up trash along 25 miles of roadside and streamside, improving its appearance and creating the state of mind that keeps it attractive year-round. In addition, RCVA volunteers have beautified areas of the valley which were previously dump sites. All this improvement has been noticed and the Red Clay Valley is growing. New residents put demands on our resources, especially our groundwater. In the mid-1950s, RCVA teamed with the U.S. Geological Survey to help locate a new water source for the borough of Kennett Square. As new residents come into the valley, many of them depend on wells to supply water. How far can our groundwater resources go? Nobody really knows that answer, but recent droughts have taught us the consequences. Water curves and restrictions remind us how fragile our water resources can be. RCVA realized more than 10 years ago that knowledge of our groundwater resources was limited and that we needed to better understand this resource in order to protect it. That led to a study of water quantity by the U.S. Geological Survey, looking at rainfall, measuring stream flow, and resulting in a computer-based model which can simulate changes in groundwater. That model was updated in 1997 using more recent technology. This is a very useful planning tool for local officials making decisions on future land use. Groundwater quality is also an issue. A recent RCVA study analyzed groundwater quality throughout the 55-square-mile watershed. The results noted that our groundwater is in good condition but needs to have continual protection. We have been good at documenting stream quality over the years so that we could tell how the stream was changing. Beginning in the 1950s and continuing thereafter, limnologists, those who study freshwater streams, have been telling us about the Red Clay Creek. We know that it has been improving, and we know what needs to be done. It has improved so much that trout can be successfully stocked in the stream, allowing more people to enjoy the Red Clay Creek throughout the year. Teaching the next generation the lessons of good conservation is how we will continue to conserve the valley's resources. We do that through education programs. More than 2,000 young people and adults take part in programs each year, learning about nature and how important it is to protect our resources. They turn that knowledge into practical activities so that the decision makers of tomorrow will know how to use the resources wisely. We take a long-term view of our watershed, and things do take time. By continuing our work, we can help keep the beauty of our valley any time of year. It might be winter along the east or west branch after a new fallen snow, or springtime when all the trees and shrubs are coming back to life, or perhaps summertime when the wind is blowing through the contoured rows of corn or wheat, or fall when all the trees are at their best. We truly have a beautiful valley, and a watershed organization is one way to keep it beautiful, not just for ourselves, but for those generations that are yet to come. Because it is important for us to remember that we really don't own the water, the trees, the soil. We simply use them for our lifetime and then pass them on. So at the end of each day, we might stop and think about the vast resources we have and what we have done to conserve them. And any time that you or I feel we've done enough, remember the one final challenge, that future generations will judge us not alone on what we've done, but by whether we made the wisest use of what we had.
We're proud of our accomplishments since 1952. Our work, however, is not over and never will be as long as increasing development has an impact on our valley's natural resources. But rest assured that with your help, the Red Clay Valley Association will continue to be the steward of the valley, protecting our valuable resources for future generations.